Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, let's try getting to the subject much further, talking about the mudras, mantra, yantra, tantra. As I was speaking about the karnas, right? Now, see, most of us think that mudras do not really have any practical relevance to this mantra, yantra, and tantra, right? So, just to give you an introduction about the same, let me just explain you how exactly the mudras get us connected. Why actually mudras are needed? See, basically, one needs to understand that there has to be some kind of cross connection that should be happening for us, for a human existence or the humanoid to get connected. And most importantly, if we really look at most of the mantras, most of the tantras are based on the mudras that one is putting, out of which Namaskara is one mudra, Namaskara mudra, Anjali mudra, Yoga mudra, something like this. So, these mudras personify and gets one connected to the terrestrial existence, respectively. If we really see those 108 karnas, as per Natya Shastra or as per Natya Shastra, as told by Natya Brahma and Natya Sutra Thara, most of them are mudras. And these 108 karnas, which are there, right, are mostly based on the mudras that are there. If one really deep dives and delves into the subject, ladies and gentlemen, that is one part of it. The second part of it is what exactly mudras do. One needs to understand that these five fingers which are there are the primary sources. These represent, in fact, like, these are kind of antennas, right? We use antennas to get that frequency, right? So let's say I am putting Namaskara mudra, Namaskara. I am doing Namaskara. What am I doing? Logically, if you see, I am doing Namaskara here, Namaste. What is happening? The energy which is between here in the heart, okay, here, this energy is what actually makes it more, have that energy. Ladies and gentlemen, point number one. Point number two, you might say, you have been explaining about the Saptaswaras and their energy source. You get energy source from them, and you are telling that these mudras are the primary source. And on the other hand, you are talking about Saptaswaras having those bija mantras which are affecting the body. How do you justify your explanation? The point is, In Bija Mantra, as I was speaking about Akara, Ukara, Makara. Akara, Akara, Ukara, Ikara, Ikara, Makara. Again. And again, Chakara, Chakara. All of these, if we really look at it from the logical point of view, these do exist in the Matrika Nyasas. Point number 1. That is the main point which you need to understand. So, every energy source which I am talking about, that is how that it comes from the mudras first. Now, I will be talking about, like, even before getting into the very subject, what are those 10 saptaswara, 10 combinations of saptaswaras which will really help one to get that, natural power or the supernatural power within. First combination, da, tha, ni, da, dha, ni, sa, pa, da, na, sa, pa, subtler, pa, sa, ni, tha, ni, sa. This is the first step wherein, to even understand and get connected to that terrestrial level. When you, Namaskara Mudra inverted, do that Namaskara Mudra inverted, sitting on a mat, something like Padmasana, or, holding your two legs evenly in 180 degrees level. That's when, if you start practicing for 10 to 20 times this mantra, this saptaswaras, you will reach to Akara. Pa, pa, da, ni, sa, dha, ni, sa, re, sa, ma, ga, pa, ma, ga, re, sa, ma, pa, dha, ni, sa, re, ga, re, sa, ma, dha, da, ma, pa, ma, ga, re, sa, ni, sa, re. The same thing if you do in combinations. I will explain to you how exactly it happens. And the, ma, pa, ma, ga, re, sa, ni, sa, re, sa, ma, pa, dha, ni, re, sa, ma, pa, dha, ni, re, sa. This is one set of combination. Ga, re, sa, ma, ga, pa, ma, ga, re, sa, da, da, ma, re. This is one set of combination. Ni, re, ri, sa, ma, da, pa, ma, ga, re, sa, ri, sa, ma, ga, re, sa, da, dha, ma, pa, re, sa. This is one set of combination. Ga, re, sa, ma, ga, ma, pa, ta, ra, ga, ga, ma, ga, da, ma, da, ni, sa, re, sa, ni, ra, ga, ma, pa, ga, ma, ga, re, da, ma, da, pa, da, ni, sa, ma, da, ni, sa, ma, da, ni, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, ma, ga, re, sa, da, re, ga, re, sa, ga, ma, pa, da, pa, dha, ni, dha, sa, da, dha, ma, pa, gha, re, sa, ri, ma, da, pa, ni, re, ni, sa, ni, da, ni, pa, ni, ga, re, sa, da, pa, dha, ni, sa, re, sa, re, sa, re, sa, sa, re, sa, re, sa. Now, if we see these combinations, one should be understanding that these do form a part of 108 karnas, directly or indirectly. These 10 combinations. Of these 10 combinations, or of these 10 groups which I am talking about, you will definitely find this. One should be deep diving and delving into the subject. That is the point. Though, from the viewpoint of multiverse and that spiritual communion, though, which one needs to understand. This is what one needs to understand. What one needs to understand is, from the etymological point of view, the process starts from the toe to head. Why am I talking from the etymological point of view? These saptaswaras, as I said, has bijaksharas imbibed and inscribed in it. That is what one needs to understand. So, That's where this Matrikanyas's practical importance happens, ladies and gentlemen. Point. That is a key point which I want to add, which I want to say. And this is a plus point for a classical dancer and classical musician. For a non-performer to understand this, he or she needs to practice for 10 to 20 times. Though I had observed these and I have been practicing it for maybe 20 to almost like 35 years now to understand this very concept of science of sound and science of vibration, respectively. It's not as easy as it seems to be. One needs to, travel through time and space filled with lot of difficulties. That's the point. Though one should be having clear understanding about the Ashta Yoginis and Ashtadikpalakas. How do you understand these Ashta Yoginis and Ashtadikpalakas? As I was explaining, Anima Siddhe, Lagima Siddhe, Mahima Siddhe, Ishitva Siddhe, Vashitva Siddhe, Prakamya Siddhe, all of these yoginis, these are existing. And why do one need to get into this to understand this? This is where one would be getting introduced to the 7th and 8th layer of Navavarna, ladies and gentlemen. And this is more easier for a classical dancer rather than normal audience who are watching. That is the reason why I keep on telling that, dancer is a Srividya Upasaka. Naturally. So, if we add together, this becomes 8 into 8, 64 yoginis. The temple is there still. You can feel those vibrations there. That is what one needs to understand. Again, they are called amshas. Again, understand this, ladies and gentlemen. Amshas in the sense like that of male and female being the amshas of Prakriti and Purusha, who are the benefactors to give birth to that progeny, right? That Anu and Parmanu, which one needs to understand. So, now let us try to understand what are these 108 karnas. Before even getting to understand those 108 karnas, let's try understanding what are the factors and cofactors. See, to understand karna as a stylized aspect is one part of classical dance form. To tell you honestly, these 108 karnas were, created rather like, more to say, it's a practical approach of male and female. It's a combination of both Prakriti and Purusha, both the Ardhanari Swarupa come into that form. What do they constitute in those karnas? These 108 karnas which I am talking about are, having the combination of 27 nakshatras. They are from the viewpoint of mudras again. I was talking about mudras, right? Anjali mudra, Dhyana mudra, Chin mudra, Ganesha mudra, Lotus mudra, Pranavayu mudra, Abhaya mudra, Abhaya, Abhaya Hrudaya mudra, Abhaya Hrudaya mudra, Adhomukha mudra, Ashwaratna mudra, Avahana mudra, Chakra mudra, Gada mudra, Garuda mudra, Kaleshwara mudra, Linga mudra, Mushtika mudra, Prithri mudra, Rudra mudra, Surya mudra, body, Vayu mudra, Yoni mudra, Hakini mudra, Namaskara mudra, Mooladhara mudra, Swadhisthana mudra, Manipuraka mudra, Anahata mudra, Vishuddha mudra, Agya chakra mudra. Furthermore, if you really see, Sumukham mudra, Samputam mudra, Vitatam mudra, Vistrutam mudra, Dvimukham mudra, Trimukham mudra, Chaturmukham mudra, Panchamukham mudra, Shanmukham mudra, Vyapaka Anjalikam mudra, Shakatani mudra, Yamapasham mudra, Granthitam mudra, Unmukhona mukha mudra, Mukham mudra, Pralambana mudra, Matriha mudra, Kurma mudra, Varahakam mudra. Now, see, if we really look at this very aspect of mudras, when there are so many mudras which I am talking about, they're self-explanatory, some of them, which are really like, like a language, which you can say it as a codified language, which one needs to codify. One needs to understand these words from the etymological sense, which I will be explaining in my next video though. To just explain you in full, a few of them I will take. Samputam mudra, Sumukham mudra, Vitatam mudra, Vistritam mudra, Dvimukham mudra, Trimukham mudra, Chaturmukham, Chatiri mudra, Panchamukham mudra, Shanmukham mudra, Vyapaka Anjalikam mudra, Shakatam mudra, Yamapasham mudra, Granthitam mudra, Unmukhonmukham mudra, Pralambam mudra, Maitriyaha mudra, Kurma mudra, Varahaka mudra. What do you see? Common. Akara, 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 ending with Makara, most of them. Vakara is there, Ikara is there. Likewise, if you really see Anjali, ending with Ikara, Nakara, starting with Akara, Linga, Akara, Avahana mudra, Akara again, Garuda, Gada, Akara, Ashwaratna mudra, Ratna, Akara again, Adhomukha mudra, Adhomukha, Akara again. Abhaya mudra. Abhaya. Akara again. Surya. Akara again. Hakini. Ikara again. Namaskara mudra. Namaskara. Akara again. Swadhisthana. Manipura. Anahata. Vishuddha. Agya. All of these are chakras. Again, they are ending with akara. So, practically, if you really see, these mudras needs to be understood from the etymological point. And this is where the Sanskrit language interpretation comes into picture, ladies and gentlemen. This is what one needs to understand. And this is the beauty of Vedas and Upanishads and Natya Shastra. Why Natya Brahma and Natya Sutradhara introduced Natya Shastra? This is what is the thing. Sanskrit language is not about like for a general speaking or whatever it is. Sanskrit language is to understand yourself deep within. That is the point which I want to specify. Now, as I was speaking about 27 nakshatras, right? And it touches upon the 27 nakshatras as per astrology. What are those 27 nakshatras which really get you connected? Why am I talking about those 27 nakshatras which really make a body, which are very much directly or indirectly related to this human consciousness? Are these so important? These are definitely used while doing rituals, which one needs to understand very well. Ashwini, Apabharani, Kritika, first padam, Kritika, second, third, and fourth. Rohini, Mrugashirsham, first and second padam. Ardhra, Punarvasu, first, second, and third padam. Punarvasu, again, fourth padam. Pushya, Aslesha, Mekha, Purva Falguni, Uttar Falguni, first pada. Uttar Falguni, second, third, and fourth pada. Hastam, Chitra, first and second padam. Chitra, third and fourth padam. Swati, Vishakha, first, second, and third pada. Vishakha, fourth pada. Anusham, Jyeshtha, Moola, Purvashada, and if Purvashada, Uttarashada, first padam. Uttarashada, second, third, and fourth padam. Shravanam, Sravishtha, first and second pada. Sravishtha, third and fourth pada. Shatabhishaka, Purva Proshtha pada. First, second, and third pada. Purva Proshtha pada. fourth padam, Uttaraproshtapada Revati. And the rasis which are Mesha Rasi for first three, Vrishabha Rasi for the next three, Midhuna Rasi for next three, Kataka Rasi, Kataka Rasi for the next three, Simha Rasi for next three, Kanya Rasi for next three, Tula Rasi for next three, Vrishchika for next three, Dhanur for next three, Makara for next three, Kumbha for next three, Meena for next three. If we really see, all of these are divided into 36, right? 3 into 12. Considering all of this, Mesha, it ends with Akara. Vrishabha also is ending with Akara. Midhuna is ending with Akara. Shakara, Bhakara is coming. Takara is coming. Ikara is coming. Makara. Kataka, Takara, Kakara again. Simha, Sakara, Ikara, Makara, Pakara. Kanya, Nakara, Kakara, Akara, Yakara and Akara again. Tula, Lakara te. And Swati, see, Ukara, Akara. Mrugashirsham, Makara. Rohini, Ikara. Ashwini, Ikara. Apabhramani, Apabharani, Ikara there. Chitra. So, if we really see all of the stars, if we really take a look at this Hastam, Uttar Falguni, Purva Falguni, Purva Bhadra, Purva Ashada, Uttarashada, all of these are nothing but constellations of the swaras, which one needs to understand. And this is where that combination starts happening. And thus it actually even takes us to the point of tithis. Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shashtami, Saptami, Ashtami, Navami, Dashami, Ekadashi, Dwadashi, Trayodashi, Chaturdashi, Purnami, Amavasya. What are these? Why am I really looking at all of this? Is this related to classical dance form? Yes. The thing that I am talking about, these 108 karnas, makes it more, makes it more, logical. There is a logic behind 108 karnas. That is what one needs to understand. Now, see, mantra, tantra, yantra, right? This mantra is the primary source for the tantra to get that effect. Tantra is something wherein you are using the mudras, Mudra Shastra. And what is this yantra? Yantra is nothing but your body. And if we take that Sri Yantra, that is also you only. You in the sense that individual, whether it is he or she. So what one needs to understand is, end result of this is the result or that energy which is generated. That is what one needs to understand. Though the energy released by male or Purusha and female or the prakriti is different. They both have different energy levels, though nakshatras could be the same for both of them. That's what one needs to understand. Thus, taking the human existence to Icha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Akarshana Shakti, respectively. Sorry about that. Thus, this is the detailed process or that broader spectrum to understand the very concept of Nada Bindu Kala or Bindu Kala, respectively. Though not anyone and everyone can reach to this level. One needs to deep dive and delve into the subject, ladies and gentlemen. I am telling you time and again. It's not so easy subject to be understood. Now, what are the stages that one goes through? These 108 karnas, right? End of the day, what one needs to understand is what is the ultimate truth or to reach that, right? Atma and Ananda and Paramananda state. That Swarupa or Atmic Swarupa, that is what is he or she there, whoever is dancing. Next, Nirvikara Swarupa, Vikara Swarupa, Nitya and Anitya. Now, Atma plus Hatya, see, this is where actually like current generation is not able to understand why should one be doing that Atma Hatya. If one understands the word Atma Hatya, I'll tell you they will not commit suicide at all. Because Atma is Ajaramara. It neither dies, it is neither created nor destroyed. But nobody knows from where it came. That's a harsh reality. Unfortunately, everyone commits suicide and thinks that he or she is forsaken with everything. No, that is not the way it works, ladies and gentlemen. Moda and Pramoda aspect. What is this Moda and Pramoda aspect? These are the two stages wherein human existence, happiness, factors and cofactors makes sense. This is what one needs to understand, ladies and gentlemen. That's the ultimate reality. Vayam and Swayam. Vayam. Vayam is me. I am that. Swayam is that internal reflection of Swayam. Gnana, Agnana. Sthai, Asthai. Now, again, this is based on the very understanding about Satvika, Rajasika, Tamasika. Simita and Asimita aspect of the human existence comes into being. This is what one needs to understand. See, one should be understanding that these 108 karnas, if one fully understands, okay, as per Natya Shastra, he or she would be like in a situation where He will go beyond illusion and delusion. Point. That's the point which I want to drive upon. In Karnas, the time and space travel that happens during the process of 27 nakshatras and 27 yogas makes one to get to travel those infinite miles of the astronomical units. Journey with umpteen moons, galaxies, planets, and dynamic. It is dynamic, like dynamically infinity constellations that happen now and then every second. So this happens, this is the point. The point is, do we need to do this time and space travel? Yes. That is the reason why classical dance form, if you really see, gives you that clear understanding of what is the time and space travel. And specifically these 108 karnas. That is the reason why mantra, tantra, yantra aspect was released. And that is where you touch it. Unless and until one knows that how exactly mantras process works, tantra, what exactly is tantra, and what exactly is this yantra, this karnas would not be so easy to understand. That is the reason why one needs to understand this. So the catch is these 27 nakshatras or yugas are the cause for, sorry about that, infinite constellations and stars and galaxies. So I would like to conclude this video with the note telling that one should be in a position to understand these concepts first, to understand 108 karmas. As I was explaining the Saptaswaras combination, that would be really helpful for one. So think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Though it's a very hard and harsh point, but still one needs to understand. Stay blessed and have a real blissful life. May the Guru's grace be with one and have a nice day.